I think she'll just need to turn on her camera. But as we
Okay.
wait for her, um,
Invite as guest. I'm trying to understand. I'm here.
yeah,
Okay.
invite her.
I don't see how I can. Can you request to join? Can you request?
Yeah, she can request.
So when you
Yeah.
request to join, then maybe I can accept, please. Because now I can't see how I can add you. While we are waiting for you to send in the request, I'd like to know if there's anyone in the comments that wants a question to be answered. Please, you can ask. I think she should request to be a guest, and then you can accept for
Yeah.
it. Okay, so Abundance, please request to be a guest, and then I can accept you from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we are waiting for her, let's just spend like some 5 to 7 minutes on the topic.
Minutes.
I know
Okay.
personally, I watch. Okay, Abanda says she doesn't know how to do that.
Oh, imagine.
Let me see.
I'm so
Invite. Who,
sorry.
who am I inviting? Sorry, I think I've sent the invitation to Otin instead. I don't know how this works. Hold on, guys. I need to, okay. Number one, Kobolo wants to. Okay, I've seen how to do the invitation. Abundance, I've sent you an invitation now. Number one,
Ah,
Kobolo, do you want to ask a question?
Oh, hi. Am
Okay,
I
so I've
or
added number one, Kobolo. I think he wants to ask us a question. So let's have him ask his question and then we can drop him.
sorry, I'm in the dark.
Okay, but I think the reason why you were taking off was because your video wasn't on. So, but
I'm
anyway,
talking
number
it
one.
on. Oh, it's on.
Okay. Number one, Kobolo fan, please, we want to hear from you. You can ask the question. Number one, Kobolo fan, please, can you ask your question? All right. I have to disconnect. Number one, Kobolo fan. Okay, have to disconnect him, unfortunately. All right. So abundance, please. We wanted to. I was asking if we're something before you joined, so maybe we let you take over, and then we'll go back to Ifwa. So I was saying that I know both of you have your positions. You said so many things about what has happened online, well, or let me say what we saw online, right? Do you
Yeah.
think this is something we even have to be talking about? We see people on different ends. People are saying that, oh, the child is bad. People are saying that, oh, he should have used a hotel instead. People are saying that it shouldn't have happened at all. Which side of these divergent paths are you on, and why are you on that side?
Are you asking me?
is that to
Yes, yes,
her
yes.
or
Oh,
okay?
okay.
Because you were up.
I I have made almost 40 videos, cussing
Yes.
people out, going after them, swearing for them. I've been angry. I went to a radio to join a panel. I was triggered. I think that if anybody is debating the moral of the conversation or the fact that we should share burden, jail straight, that's where I stand. Like, that's where I stand on this entire issue. And the fact that everybody who has been involved in this conversation some way, somehow has missed the point is the problem that we have in society. Nobody in the entirety of this conversation said that students were stupid minors who cannot take decisions or that were people without autonomy and agency. Nobody said that these people don't know the somehow impact of their decisions. We were only saying that at the point where the older person in the conversation indulged, that was where everything about accountability and holding the younger person accountable, whatever that looks like, that was where everything got lost. Teachers should not sleep with their students for us to even have a conversation about they should have gone to a hotel, they shouldn't have done it in the lab. Like, why is that even a conversation? And honestly, where I stand on this conversation is that it's extremely problematic if we have buts and what ifs in a situation that is this clear. Like, both of us or the three of us that are here understand that people in positions of power should not move to their students in a sexual capacity or indulge if they are being tempted, whatsoever that is. So the fact that we have something this clear and people are still debating about it, talking about sharing blame and debating and oh what if, and she knows, and she was also a minor in the style. There's also a very problematic discourse on how much the video is circulating. That is a different conversation for another day. But the fact that we are having this conversation as a debate, as a conversation, is appalling, because what happens in a situation where the roles aren't this clear cut? Like what would happen then when it is not a very clear conversation of a power dynamic and a conversation about influence? What would we do? And that's just where I stand. It shouldn't happen in the first place. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care how it happened. I don't care how many times she tried to move to him. The indulgence is the problem, and it should not be a thing.
Oh, so I'm just because people are bringing in
If I
things. So
may,
someone, okay,
I
yes, if we are, please go on.
let me just say very quickly that actually I'm working on a piece titled The Incolabonification of the Ghanaian Child. When people talk about these issues of Oya Kolabone, right, we should be thinking about, where did this child learn this thing? The like adults are actively doing very bad things and the children are learning, then they continue, and then we say that I mean you're collaborating, about how did they get here. If you are saying that a teacher, I'm not saying teenagers, I say this all the time, teenagers are not good people. Teenagers are very naughty people. We're not saying that, oh, like Abanda said, like they're angels, terrible human beings, but that's not the conversation we're having. If a teenager or an adolescent or a student is trying to seduce their teacher, what the teacher should be doing is punishing them, correcting them, reporting them. Then we can talk about what if, but the moment you actually engage with the child or the adolescent, and you sleep with them, there's no but again. You see, we are saying that the Nkola are Nkolabone, but where did they learn the Nkolabone from? And if we don't want our children to be Nkolabone, that means we must engage with them in a way that will teach them proper values and morals. But if a child is doing something bad, and they've come and you're supposed to teach them the good thing, and you indulge them in the badness, where are they going to learn the good thing? Is the question I've been asking. Because yes, the Nkola are bad, but who are they doing the bad things with? It's not the adults. So where are the adults in our society, and where are the children? I think it is because of these things that there's a lot of policing. I've seen in the comments, people are saying things like, oh, can you be a friends with 18 years old? Everything is not sexual, but people have made it so. I made a video talking about the random things that men say to me on the streets, even as an adult in the taxi. You'll be talking, then the taxi driver will say how he wants to have sex with you. These are the kind of things that have perverted. There's so much perversion. Because as an adult woman, if I wouldn't call him a friend. If I know somebody who is 16 years old, I will not do anything with you, right? But now everybody's on guard because adults are perverted. It shouldn't be such an issue. We are the ones, like, we are ruining everything. That's really what I have to say.
Yeah. So I'll just say that, like Abundance and yourself are saying, it should have been a non-starter. We shouldn't be saying that now it looks like some people are talking about the location, and some people are talking about the fact that she was removing her underwear herself and she was removing the underwear of the teacher and things like that. But my point is that, should this have even gotten to that extent? Because at the end of
I want to emphasize that her removing the teacher's underwear, in fact, her enjoying it does not mean anything. People are saying that she was moaning. Excuse me. There's a lot of people who are ticklish. If I tickle you, you won't like it, but you make a sound. You cannot see enjoyment or consent from a picture or a video. You don't like to be tickled, but if I tickle you, you'll say, and you move your body. Does that mean that you like what I'm doing to you? Also, we have something called arousal non-concordance. This is like a physiological issue.
Yeah.
You can be
Like a
aroused,
combat,
but your
yeah.
body parts will not follow through.
Yeah.
And this is a very dangerous thing we do, because now it's when we apply this to actual victims like rape. Oh, you were wet, so you wanted to have sex with this person. No, that is not the point, right? And the thing is, we have so many issues. Grooming, even if the child is enjoying it, even if they should not be there at all. It's my
Oh,
consent.
sorry. Someone says they want to be a guest, but I don't know. I don't know.
Arousal isn't consent. Thank you very much. Bam, that's all.
Um, Also, just to add on to what Ifwa just finished saying, I have made a video about this. The absence of consent is what constitutes sexual assault. So yes, you can jump on a guy and the guy would respond biologically. It does not mean that they have consented to be involved in a sexual interaction with you. You can sleep with a child and the child, because some TV presenter said something the other time about how can rapists say that throughout the entire experience there was not a point at which they enjoyed it. That does nothing for us. Like, yeah, people have been raped and then they did respond biologically, but it was rape. It was rape. And I'm so sorry, everybody, like most of these people, some of these people, I don't know, are just weird when they say this. Like, how does it sound to you when you say if you respond biologically, it negates the assault part of it? It does not. It doesn't.
Okay, so Inshira has requested that she wants to be a guest, so I'm just putting her on so maybe you can hear from her. Inshira, you wanted to be a guest. Let's hear from you. Do you have any concerns?
Yes, please. I accept everything that is being said. Like everything that is being said is 100% correct. The fact that you responded biologically does not necessarily mean that you consented to it. And yes, teenagers are they are very naughty set of people, right? We are not saying that they are not. But then you as the teacher, you as the adult, you are supposed to know better. It's like every time that these issues are going on, let's say teenage pregnancy, for instance, every time they are pointing hands on the little child involved. Nobody points hands at even, let's say, the adult who was involved, even if the person was being raped, still there's this stigma attached to it. Yes, that's all I want to say.
Okay, Shira, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please do send us a personal message.
Okay.
Send on this side a personal message. Thank you very much. So someone else requested that they wanted to be a guest. I don't what's the name? Wafaya. So I'm just going to accept him. So I'm going to the guest canceled their request. Maybe it was a mistake. All right. So we have been talking about consent. It's now 8-1, so we have about 19 to, or if we decide to make it to 30, we have
Can't we go to 9? I have a lot of things.
so we have Ghana
I
match.
want to watch football.
Oh,
Me, I
yeah,
need
it's
to watch
true.
football. I'm an
Yeah.
active Ghana Black Star supporter. So anyway, so
I'm
I just
sorry.
don't worry at all. I just wanted to touch on this, or let me ask this. So there are lots of people who are watching us, right? They keep hearing us use consent and withdrawal of consent. What is consent? I mean, Abundance touched on it again. That if the person's body is responding, does not mean that they have consented. Can you touch on what consent is? I want you to give us, or should I say, Abundance, give us what your understanding is, and then if one can expatiate with what the legal meaning is.
Okay, I think consent is the agree what some way somebody agrees to do something and they are free of any sort of pressure or influence, and that if they say so, I always say, I heard this thing on TikTok, I think that if somebody can say no without any repercussions, that is what guarantees that somebody has consented to be involved in something with you. Full choice can only exist when the person can choose any outcome whatsoever and go away without any harms meeting them. So I think at the basis of it, that's what consent is. Full agreement that is void of pressure or influence or any consequence if they decide not to interact with you in that capacity. That's what you asked. I think that's the response.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So
So what I would say is that if you even look in our Children's Act, and I'm going to take this alongside with contract law. In contract law, before you're able to engage in a contract with somebody, you have to have capacity. Capacity is a key point when you're talking about consent. Capacity means, is this person fully cognizant of the consequences that come from engaging in this act? We talk a lot about if I say yes or if I say no, will there be no repercussions? That's one. But a very important thing is capacity. We have legal capacity, so do you have the legal age, right? Emotional capacity, intellectual capacity, but a capacity in general means that, hello, as you are about to do this sex, do you understand what birth control is? Do you understand what like saying no is? Can you advocate for yourself as you're having this sex? If you say that you don't want to have the sex, can you confidently say that, oh no, I want to do the sex like this, but I don't want to do the sex like that? I mentioned, and a lot of people think it's common knowledge, but it is not. Stealthing. If I agree to have sex with you with a condom and you remove the condom without my knowledge, that is sexual assault. So I hope you understand what I'm like. The capacity to understand, like, okay, as I'm having this sex, I know that there's a chance that I can get an STD, I can get pregnant, this cannot go the way that I want. Anything could happen, right? We can engage in risky behavior. I understand this and I say yes, enthusiastically, right? And I say I want to engage in oral sex, and we end it there. Not we were already engaging in oral sex. Now lie down and remove your panty. No, like specific. It is freely given. It's not, oh, rub my leg and I was rubbing your leg and now I came to your thigh. Hey, my friend, leg. You know, those kind of things. It's very specific. It is freely given. It is like, it is not a part of like all of this. There's no badgering. There's no, if you do me like this, I'll do you like this. What are we here for? Is that's his bit. Like, I'm breaking it down basically, but this is what it means. Especially when you look in our acts and it says like capacity to give consent. Can this person understand? If a 16-year-old is horny or they're excited, they probably, especially in our day and age in Ghana, we don't give enough sex ed. We don't give enough sexual education. We are always hiding, and we are allowing the children to rot in silence. You will not teach them out there about their body. You will not say this is a vagina, every day is meat pie, and I say. We're not giving enough education. So the children are spoiling in the corner. So they don't have any capacity to give any consent.
Just to bring this in, your body na meat pie. I get what you mean. Yeah, so Amofori said that she wanted to be be a guest. I think she has something to say. So Amofori, I have added you. Would you like to say anything?
Hi, good evening. Thank you. Good evening to everyone. So, what I wanted to say is, I think the main issue starts from our socialization, where we come from. Like, as Ifra mentioned, that right from our infancy, we've been lied to about sexual education, sexual life, and so as we are growing up, we don't even know much about what sex is about. Majority of people that I've encountered with got to know much about their private parts, their sexual parts, when they came into the boarding school. Then they realized what that was. Obi wɔ hɔ a oni no free fee back, right? As you said, meat pie, yes, we toffee, those kind of things. It's stuck in people's head. So it's difficult. So whoever they meet at first outside, like the first thing that person would tell them about sexual life, sexual education, it stays with them. That is their first encounter. That stays with them. It's like you having a very memorable conversation with someone. It becomes a part and parcel of you forever. And in that same vein, if that person gets to meet a good person, they leave a long-lasting impact, which is going to affect them positively. If the person have a negative impact, like, oh, young try and share, ma many papa, those kind of things, it stays with
mama
them.
ne dada. That's
Yes.
the sex etiquette in Ghana.
Omonye mama ne dada. Yeah, it stays with them. And you see, there are people, as I was on the live earlier, as we were saying, these things has been with us for longest time. Longest. People were doing this ma many papa because they were seeing it in their homes. They were seeing people were sleeping together with their family. They saw the ma many papa, but they didn't know what that was. And so when they go out and they do that thing, people introduce it to them, they realize, oh, they remember they've seen their mother and their father engage in that. So they think that it's a good thing. And so, okwa bontain, like, or as they are growing in their homes, if their uncles, if their cousins keep doing it to them, they don't feel the urge or the need to tell anyone because they think it's a good thing. They've seen their mom or their dad indulge in it or something. And so people, to be honest, majority of people don't see any bad thing associated with an elder or a teacher, a manager trying to sleep with the student. No, they don't see it because from where the problem is, where they are coming from, they've been groomed psychologically, socially. They don't see anything wrong with it until people start to have a rethink on that. Nothing is going to change. That's why you see people commenting on this video, the Bole video. People, their thoughts is quite different about it. Most of the people commenting about it, no, one, people are basing on socially where they are coming from, what they believe in. That's we can never talk about these things without first putting all these things in. Whatever I believe in, if for example, where I'm coming from, you're able to marry someone under 16, under 18, or whatever that age is, they will not see anything bad with it because they think that it's a normal thing. And from the from the comments that people were giving, people were unperturbed. Their main issue was where it happened, but not what was happening. People forgot that it was there was no protection. They didn't mind, and they didn't see that at the students per the conduct of the teacher, none of it, they didn't care about anything. It was just the intercourse, that particular thing, that was what. And I also come back to the student. It was wrong on the teacher's part, but one, the students, many people were saying that, oh, we keep saying say and cranny and crabonny and cranny and crabonny, and we can never put the blame on one aspects. Both the student, to me, any teacher, they are rubbish because one, you've been sent to school to study, not to go and engage in this thing. And if you have a clear mind as a student, say, we've gone to schools, we've seen teachers try and say, many students better, and they've reported. If she had clear mind and she didn't want to engage, she should have reported. Okay,
Sorry,
that's my point.
Amma, I think you are venturing towards very dangerous territory. I would like to say this, especially like knowing.
Oh, I can't hear you.
If we can't hear
We
you.
can't hear you, Ifwa.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I would like to say that the problem is this thought that you just said at the end is what informs a lot of the problems you've said before. Listen, teenagers are bad. Let us agree there. Or let's say teenagers are naughty. A child doesn't just drop from the sky. So must say right? A child
Yeah.
is supposed to get education. Children, and we've already talked about the way there's no sexual education. People are watching pornography. We are making sexual jokes towards children. You already mentioned how people are having sex with their family members in their house. People are being sold, betrothed to older men. And so by the time that person will get to school, right, they are already aware of these things, even though it is still abuse. So when you go and you, the child, as you said, they don't even think there's anything wrong with it. That is the problem. They don't think there's anything wrong. That's the child. You, the adult who has gone through GES training, So it's not an issue of the child. If the child had a clear mind, let us assume that all children don't have clear mind. Otherwise, would not
Fair
have
enough.
punishment or training for children. What am I say? So the thing
Fair
is that
enough.
because exactly the children in SHS, they don't have any clear mind. We just need to agree on that. Please, we cannot focus on the aging of the students or their color. We need to agree
I
that they don't know better, or they have been exposed to certain things that have And catch up in the beginning. If I touch you in a certain way, there's nothing you can do. And we have a lot of dynamics in school. The teacher is in a place of authority. There's coercion, there's grooming. We don't know what he was giving to that student. I like what you were saying before, but I think it is very dangerous. The thought that you said at the end informs a lot of the things that have happened
Yeah.
before.
I
These
just want
children
to
don't have any
build
clear mind.
Yeah, I just want to build up on something that you said, that the children in the SHS, mind you, in the universities, these things don't just happen to people in the SHS. It happens in the universities, people working in organizations. So to be honest, if we try to center the sexual abuse and assaults limited to just these people, these are the same people that come
Can I
straight
say
into
something?
Okay.
yeah.
Please,
Can
there are
I say
more
We are
people
something?
talking
who want
about
to
these issues. We're talking
speak.
about Amma. I think that
I've
it's
been saying
important
it.
that we're talking about a specific issue. As I always say, there's intersectionality in these problems, and a lot of these things overlap. We can talk. Look, sis, listen. We're in the country Ghana where sex for grades was documented on BBC. That's one issue.
Excuse
We are
me, that's
talking.
what I was about to hit on, because
Yeah, no,
like,
but that's what I'm saying. That we can appreciate that this exists, but we're not talking about that at all for now.
okay, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
that's not the
If for
conversation. Yeah.
abundance, Amalfuri, thank you. So there are people who want to speak. So just
Yeah,
because
I'll
I don't
drop
want
now.
them. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. So it looks like we need to do like some part two and do some part three. So Amma, thank you so much. I didn't even know you were the one. Thank you so much for joining. So I'm
Oh
disconnecting and I'm going to accept someone else so that they can also come and speak, because I know that there are lots of men on the show. I don't want them to say that I don't want them to watch Black Stars. So I'm going to accept Dr. K first because she has been on the live the longest. And then I will accept Ofaya or Dr. Kojovi. So please, I'll accept all of you, but I just want to who did I, oh I unfortunately accepted Raphael. So please, I just want us to speak briefly and then another person can get the
Don't worry,
opportunity.
they'll miss Ghana match. They can miss the first half.
Then please, I'll leave you
My
people
one
there
is very
and watch
quick.
it now. Okay, Raphael, let's hear you. Dr. K, I'm so sorry, I mistakenly tapped on Raphael instead of you. So Raphael, please, can you speak to us?
So my one is there's a lot of failure with the education department. The police system in Ghana is also poor. There's a lot of failure. Because do you remember last year when that teacher came out and said about how teachers need to get self-control allowance? Like, how can one
Yeah,
man be so confident
exactly.
to release such video?
Exactly.
Like, it is the most craziest thing, because I went to school in Ghana for like a year and I did all my schooling in England. And my siblings, the older than all my older siblings, went schooling in Ghana. So they have more experience in Ghana. And the stories they've been telling me is very, very crazy. Like, that place is just a breeding ground for pedophiles. Like, there's so many ways pedophiles get away with what they do. Like, even something as simple as sex education, most places don't teach it. And if you don't know about something, that's how you get manipulated into doing things. And even Abundance, it's Abundance here. She made a video reacting to a guy telling a story of how he got sacked for reporting a girl. But in that story, there was like 5 different parts of the story where he could have got sacked. Part 1, he was getting in a car with the student, which is very inappropriate. Why on earth is the student giving you a lift? You should got sacked for that. Then the second part, he gave your number out to the student. Then
Exactly.
you continue to message the student when they were at home. Then you wait until they send you them masturbating. That's when you reported it. You had so many opportunities to report the student,
Exactly.
but you chose not to. Then you're surprised you got sacked. Like, Ghana got a long way to go to sort out the massive pedophilia problem they have. And I'm hoping this conversation actually does some change. And I hope that teacher gets sacked and serves some jail time. And this educational minister needs to actually do something. And because so many of the teachers are pedos. And a lot of the head teachers are just ignoring that a lot of teachers are pedophiles. And I'm hoping that some actual change happens. That's what I have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Opaya. This is very insightful. And just as we are saying that we want to see, oh, abundance left. So just
I'm
as we are
here.
saying,
I've not gone anywhere.
okay. So just as we are saying that we want to see real work being done, we have put out a press statement. Please do follow us, engage with us. And I think from this live, we should have an action. We should probably have a petition to the Ministry of Education that
I don't think those things.
we want to see something happening, because yesterday I was in an educators conference and I said to them that, because I was one of the GS directors for a district, and I said, Madam, you have to tell your higher ups that it's not a joke anymore. We are tired of seeing the press conferences. On the 29th of September 2025, there was a release on a KNUST assistant headmaster, and they said he has been interdicted. We are being investigated. He's being investigated, and up till today we don't know what happened. Up till today we don't know what happened. So I think this should be our call to action. Everybody who has joined the live, please do follow us so that you can sign the petition, and we will definitely share with our speakers so that you can also sign the petition through them. Unfortunately, governments of today, in as much as they don't respect young people, they don't want to see young people angry. So let's sign that petition. Let them know that it's not a joke. Everyone on here, if we are able to sign that petition, we'll put it together soon. By the beginning of next week, we'll have that petition ready. Let's sign it. Let's take it to the Ministry of Education. Let's take it to the Ministry of Gender. Let's put it before Parliament and make some noise about it. So, Dr. K, please, I'll take you now, since you are my top 5. You are part of my top
Kate said
5.
she'll miss the match for us too.
Hello.
Dr. K, please, we have you
Can
on.
you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you clearly.
Good evening once again.
Good evening, Dr.
We've all said a lot of things, but I want to draw our minds to something very, very simple. We live in a country where when a little child is walking by and an adult is also, maybe they are walking in opposite direction, and the little child does not even say good morning, the adult be like, hey, I didn't know when me. I didn't. There are some things that we see the children, we see them as, oh yeah, we are Akra. How old are you? I'm even older than you. I'm wiser than you. But suddenly, when it comes to the sexual part, it's like they are an adult. Suddenly, when it comes to their vagina and their penises, onya Akra. They forget about the age. But you just let a 10-year-old girl or boy step on the foot of an adult. Oh, he or she is going to be livid. You are a child. I'm talking to you and you are talking over me. I'm wiser than you. I'm the adult here. But suddenly, it came to this issue, and you are saying that the girl was tempting him or whatever. You are an adult. You should know better. But why is it that when it came to sexual issue, suddenly it's like you are co-equal or you are equal to each other? And this issue, whenever I see it, I get triggered. I have a lot to say, but I will talk. It starts from home. Just like was it Abundance or Ifwa that said it? Our parents, our uncles, our sisters, you'll be in a community where a mother will be like, oh, call for hona kwaya assignment, call uncle hona kwaya was, oh, koshe movie, oh, me come market aba. Like, our parents trust other people too much. Too much. Oh, call for hona koshe cartoons. And that is how little by little you would think, say, oh, that wafa no, because the person is in the same community, the same compound house, so he wouldn't do anything. We think that it is only a stranger that can do something bad to our children, but we forget that those in our communities, Nangasa, those that we are living in this, even a father can sleep with their daughter, and we will not hear about it. I lived in Nigeria. Yeah, I lived in Nigeria for, I think, 13 or 14 years. There was a house just by where I lived. The father and the mother doesn't allow this girl go out. She doesn't, when she goes to school, she goes straight into the room. When she goes to school, she comes back straight into the room. You don't see Mariam anywhere. Suddenly, we heard that she's pregnant. Who impregnated her? Her father impregnated her. It was her father. So I don't know if there are parents here or soon to be parents. Let's not think that, oh, it's just a stranger, somebody in school or somebody out there that can do something to our child. It's the people in our community. And one thing we should also take from this is that when your child comes to tell you anything, believe the child first. Don't say, oh, that's one thing I always say. When a boy, a little boy or a little girl comes to tell you, mommy, daddy, this person did this, believe it first. Don't say, oh, ubwa, oh, we are kolaboni, then I'll quiet. Believe it. Because the child might be lying, but the thing is, there is some truth in it. It might be that it didn't even happen to the child, it happened to somebody that she saw. Do you get it? So when your child comes to you to come and tell you that, oh, this person did this to me, or believe that child immediately. And then you can investigate or do whatever. Because we don't believe our children and we tell them they are lying, next time when it happens to them, they will never come to tell you. They'll be like, oh, and that will be it. They'll rather go and tell somebody else, somebody outside. And you don't know how that person outside sees your daughter or your child. And today, I think I made a video. Those saying, we should train them. There is no amount of training that you can give your child that is going to stop anyone from sexually harassing or assaulting them. You can cover your child with the whole blood of Jesus, the whole blood that exists. It is not going to stop anybody from sexually harassing your children. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you very much. So we hope that when we put together and we start putting together the petition, you would join us in signing, and you also continue to engage us, because this is not the only thing that we are going to be doing. You follow our pages and all of that. So the next person I'm going to be, so Doctor, please, I'll have to take you off now and then I'll give the next person the opportunity. Our time that we allocated to ourselves was 8:25. It's up, but we'll give ourselves some time so that the other people who want to speak can speak. So I'm going to take, Doctor has even left herself. So I'm allowing Dr. Kojovi, the dominant antelope, onto the call.
Can I ask a question? I'd like to pose a question to the audience. I'd like to pose a question to the audience, and everybody can think about this. I put it to you, well, I'm a lawyer and what's not, but I put it to all of you that Ghana is very pro-rape. We are a very pro-rape and very pro-pedophilia community because we don't give sex education. It reminds me of when I don't know if anybody has watched Bridgerton, when the Daphne was going to get married and her mother was supposed to talk to her about sex, and the mother was shy or was afraid and didn't talk to her, and she went and got married confused, oblivious, ignorant about all the things. So if you don't know about the sex, how can you consent to the sex? I think Ghana is very pro-rape. We support rape. We love rape. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys can think
I
about it.
agree. I actually agree. I also think a huge part of it is that because the society works hand in hand with shielding young girls from information, that's what makes it more prevalent. Because girls are groomed to end up as sexual beings in most homes, and they are being told, oh, you are going to grow up and you are going to do this to love your husband, you are going to do all of these things, and we still shield them from the information that they are supposed to know when it comes to sleeping with somebody, how to protect yourself, all of those things. So the conditioning and the socialization works hand in hand to be very pro-rape and pro-pedophilia. I agree.
Okay, so Dr. Kojovi, please, let's have you share your opinion.
Okay. I hope I'm audible. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening. Thank you very much for joining. We can hear you.
Thank you so much for having me. Just right in front of me as we were talking, call it fate, call it what you want to. An older man, I know this man is in his 40s, was trying to hit on a teenager, like right in front of me. Like right in front of me.
You should have invited him to listen to us.
The man crying myself, I'm afraid of him. The way he stop. He's a military man.
Hey!
So I beg.
Yeah.
And you could see that the girl didn't want to engage in it. And the guy is trying to strike up the conversation. Yeah, see, I've been having a perpetual argument on Twitter because of this same conversation, and I've been trying to tell people that the moment you introduce the conversation of Nkola Nome Nkola Pone to it, you are justifying what happened, no matter how you put it. That was highest Aries' greatest mistake.
Yeah.
Someone was telling me, oh, but she acknowledged that what the cheater did was wrong, and yet in the next sentence gave a justification for it. Basically, she undid the first sentence with the second one, regardless of whether the Nkola or Nkola Bonnie. The operative word there is Nkola. It is Nkola. They are children. They are, and I keep citing this thing. If was spoke about this earlier, and I don't know whether to say pro rape, but there's no other way of saying it. The girl I dated when I was in high school, before the two of us became a thing, apparently she was going out with the 40-year-old former basketball player who came to train our squad, like our school team, as part of his service to the school. And many people knew, and no one found a problem with that. Nobody said, wait a minute, this ain't right. She's 17. He was 41 at the time. And they were a thing. And she confirmed to me that they were a thing. Nobody saw a problem with it. And that's because Ghana itself, we have a very unique culture of indirectly marrying off our younger daughters to older men indirectly. There's this girl. She's I think, yeah, Dosa is about 6 years now. Yeah, she's 6 years old. I remember when she was born, her mom used to come to the salon next to our shop. So every time she comes, they bring her there. She'll come to me. She'll crawl her way to our side of the shop, and she'll come there and come and watch TV. So I became so fond of her. Anytime I'm passing by, I have to buy her a snack. If I don't, I'm in trouble. And it was like that for so long. And then one day I forgot it was her birthday, but I was still passing through the area. And then her mom saw me. I think her mom didn't have money, or the mom didn't really plan anything. And then she saw me and said, "Hey, uncle." No, she mentioned my name. She said, "Adam, your wife is celebrating her birthday today." I said, "What do you mean by wife?" She's 5. And you see, in her attempt to win my affections and try and get something out of me that day, she basically married her daughter off to me right there and there. I said, "No, you could have just said, oh, your daughter says that
Or
is
even
fine,
your
or your
sister.
little sister, yeah, that is fine." But we do that all the time, and the men too also gravitate to that. Oh, say wait there, a married man. And so I don't think I completely agree with pro rape or the pro pedophilia. That one I agree, but I am shaky on that one. But it's something we do as a country. And another thing I noticed about this conversation, it seems we all agree. It's like we are here and we all have the same mind towards it. Venture off a little, and you see just how many people think. That guy that said they fired him from the school for talking to the girl. I mean, I was the girl that was trying to come on to him. I'm like, why did we need to hear this? We should clap for you. You did the right thing, and they fired you for it. There's no way we are going to clap for you. You're going to say, "Oh, look, it's the girls that are coming on to you. You a grown ass man who cannot control yourself." That was the conversation they were having on Twitter. That sometimes even the girls that come up to them. There was this one guy. If you notice, for those of you who are on Twitter, it's a very toxic place. If you notice, right after highest area apologized, she agreed with someone's tweet. The person says he used to teach in GHS, and there was someone that used to gift him a young girl that used to gift him, and then the girl came to propose to him after she finished HS. And then the guy was saying things like, sometimes it's the girl. So I'm like, you are the adult. You are supposed to have self-control. You are supposed to know better. And if you do anything with this girl, GS is a whole thing. They should fire you, and in some cases they do. They even terminate your license, so you can't work anywhere.
But we don't know if that's the case in Ghana.
They've done some. I think
We
there was
have
one
evidence.
case some time ago. They removed his.
No,
They took
because the
away his
thing is that
license.
usually it comes in a publication that we are going to investigate. We would start, but we don't hear for sure. Has it really happened? Have they gone to court? Because there are so many incidents of releases that come out, and the person is
Yeah.
transferred to a school in a different region or in some village where the people there don't know that happened.
So once it becomes public, right, it's on social media, the transfer becomes difficult. Because now, the moment the transfer happens, it's someone within the system would realize that, okay, this person is being transferred and will tell the public. So right now, they've suspended him, but because it's government work, it will take a while. It will take a while before they
We have
finally. And usually, what GES tries to do, especially if they are trying to protect the teacher, is that they will let the matter die out. What if you deal in Ghanaian politics for some time, what you understand, Ghanaians are quickly oblivious to things. We quickly forget about things. So they'll just wait it out. Then when we've all taken our mind off it, we are worrying about other things. Then they can issue transfers and put him back in the system. And we wouldn't notice. All we know is he's teaching in some remote village somewhere, and that is where he is now, and he's earning money, and he's probably doing the same thing over there.
right.
So legally, at least according to the GES constitution, you are supposed to be removed, but it's a bureaucracy. So they will take their time. They will take their sweet time and make sure that it's either we forget about it, and if the parents or other people don't pursue it, they'll wait for us to forget, and then you'll find him teaching somewhere else, doing something else. So that's really the issue here. Number one, as for us here, we would agree that this was wrong. And regardless of whether the children are collaborating you or not, it doesn't matter. You're not supposed to do that. But outside there, we quickly adultify the children once it comes to matters of sex. We will adultify them right now. So we look at them. Yeah, what I saw right now at the store. If you confront the man will tell you, "Say girl, we need,"
Or they'll
because
say
he's
my
developed. Exactly. Yeah. So at some point, I give up. I give up, crap.
But I mean, I share in your sentiments, but that's the reason why I think that we would we have to put a petition together, see the necessary authorities, and we can move from there. We have two more people who want to join the live. So Dr. Kojovi, thank you very much, but you have to join a part two because people are asking in the comment section, is there going to be a part two? So Efwa Abundance, thank you for making this a beautiful session where people are asking for part two. So
You're
Dr.
welcome. We'll do part 3 if they want.
So, Doctor, I'm going to drop you off, and we hope that you follow our page. You see, I'm already wearing my Ghana atadio, me pamocho pa. So please,
You
I'm going
really
to
want
ask
to go for this match?
I'm going to watch in my house nowhere else. So
Um,
please follow our pages. Remember that when we put up the petition, you should sign. We'll share with Ifua and Abundance if you are coming from their pages so that you can sign.
can
So I'm
I
going
ask
to
a question?
Yes, but I'm accepting the
Please, what would the petition entail? Like, I'd like a specific, like, because we'd have to give a call to action, and people would like to know. So, if anybody in the chat now can know what is the petition about, and if we can chime in and add if we'd like anything to be added, yeah.
Sure. So just as we were having like a conversation, we see that a lot of people are agreeing that we want to see real work being done. So this is a petition to mount pressure on the Ministry of Gender. As it were, put up some
Abundance, please mute your.
to put up some guiding rules for people that work. I mean, it should come from the Ministry of Gender because under each sector they have their own governance structures, and sometimes that doesn't work. So the Ministry of Gender should come into it and make sure that some level of justice is brought. The Ministry of Education will receive this petition because we want to make sure that we see for real that the teacher is not teaching and it doesn't just go at investigation, or even if they say that okay, he wasn't at fault, let us see what your investigations found.
Just by the way, I also think that I genuinely don't believe in structures. I am very anti-structure because I think the bureaucracy and all of the things structures entail are very bad. But I think outside of that, we need to also do, there's the name of this word, proliferation of information, right? So personally, we have to take it upon ourselves to make several informative videos, or if there's even a way to have like groundworks being done, so we go to these high schools, educate the girls, because honestly the structures are not going to do anything, and that's the unfortunate truth.
So I mean, our organization does that. So
Yeah, so I have this what's the name? I work with this organization that they teach girls public speaking. So if I got in touch with the heads of this organization, maybe they can also incorporate sex ed. I don't know if the teachers will be open to it, but if they can incorporate sex ed into the structure of the school, or create like a sex education extracurricular club, because it's really important, and I don't think the systems will do anything that much.
right.
I'd also like to say that this is very important. Also, doing like on the groundwork, like actively, because ever since I started my Young But Not Yours campaign, I get a lot of people talking to me about what can we do, because you're tia bre, but you cannot bre of me. I will keep talking, but the point is that people are hearing and they want to participate. In fact, I'm already working on t-shirts, guys. Let me know if you want to wear t-shirts. But we need to do like active on the groundwork. So I'm very interested in this whole petition,
Sure.
protest, whatever. Yeah.
So we'll put more information out there. So we had last year for 16 days of activism, we had a placard campaign in Kumasi with a secondary school. This year we have already done one placard campaign in
I did 16 days of activism too with the organization I work with, but we educated them on gender-based violence.
Okay, so we are very open to partnering people as well to also do this for them. So, but you see, when you say groundwork, right, it takes capacity, it takes resources, because unless everybody on this call says that the next placard campaign we do, they want to come and they don't want to receive snacks, or they want to come and they don't want to receive water, because the organization has to be able to raise funds to be able to do that. And that is where a lot of the problem comes from when we are doing programming. Because yes, we have the passion, yes, we have the will, but then I can't have volunteers, people volunteering their time, their effort, their energy, and they come and we can't give them
Can we
what
ask for donations or no?
so we raised donations for some of these things. So the last one that we did, we raised donations to make like the placards. We actually had some people donate placards to us. So they
The next time you want to do this thing, can just contact us. We'll do videos for you. Don't worry.
Yes, sure. So we are hoping to have one. My co-founder is on the call. I think it's 20. I just want to check the calendar so that I don't come and lie to you guys. We are hoping to have one. Is it 31st of July? No, first, no, 25th of July in Accra and 8th of August in Takwa. So
Please
20,
tell us, Elio, because some of us don't live in Accra. I'm sorry. I'm just
no
saying.
problem, no problem. So 25th of July in Accra, we are just trying to confirm the place, like the area that we are going to do the placard campaign in Accra, and the 8th of August in Takwa. So yes, we are willing to do the groundwork, and it's the reason why we do things like the TikTok live when we get the opportunities to go and speak to the educators, so which are the teachers, the heads of schools. We want to do that, and then also we want to go into the schools, but it's about resourcing, it's about funding. And unfortunately, a lot of people in Ghana are not interested in funding things like this because a lot of them are predators as well, or they know a certain predator that they care so much about that they want to protect. So a lot of people don't want to fund this. And even when you say you're going into the schools, right? It's very problematic to get into the schools. I can say on authority that for me, the only reason why on this side is able to get into Ashanti region is because I went to school in Ashanti region and I was a regional SRC executive. So regional SRC is very open and happy to support any time through the GS. But even for that, in some schools, the heads of schools would be a little sneaky
Yeah,
because
part, my dear.
They
So
also like the girls. All
because they
of
are very
them.
problematic
They like
principals
the
to have.
girls.
Yes. So people are asking how can you donate? You can visit our website on thisSide.org and you find our donation options. Our bank details is available. Our mobile money details are available. And we also have merchandise. We have some cute cards, drinking cups that you can put on your tables and things like that. So it's about the resourcing. But I mean, anybody, if you have like a school, something that you are doing, we are happy to come and partner with the little that we can, if it's to speak to people. But we would put out information for 25th of July, the placard campaign in Accra, and the 8th of August placard campaign in Takwa. So SD, please, we added you, but it's like we are talking over you. Please, let's hear from you.
No, that's fine. I want to say that I actually love the Young Banoyo's campaign by Diafwa. And I've actually learned a lot of things, right? Not to drag this whole conversation that we've been having, but I also want to put a bit of perspective to the Nkola bonification, right? When I think about Nkola bonification, as if I would mention, what I see is that the language around conversations like this are largely problematic. I also have a big problem with how the media space handles conversations like this, right?
Yeah.
Because what it does when we switch from directly tagging a child as an incolaboni is removing the reason to why that child is who they are, right? For that will be in quotes. We tend, when we use those language, we are removing some sort of responsibility from us. And this brings me to my second point. I was having a similar TikTok live with another creator, but she's a teacher, right? And she was giving some of her experiences when she taught like in the remote areas. And you find out that she gave an example of a primary six student. So I'm quoting, if the information is wrong, that means my source is wrong. But she gave in the whole conversation, right? We found out that a primary 6 year old child got pregnant for a teacher on their
Please
staff.
excuse abundance. Your microphone is on. No, it's interfering with SD's presentation.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, no problem.
All right, so she was giving an example of primary six students who got impregnated by a teaching member of staff. And somehow the child was called to like the traditional council of elders of the town that you're in. And according to this creator, he said the child told the council that it wasn't their vagina that she was using to take what she was taking from the teacher. And this is a child who got had to have the child evacuated from her. That's primary six, so we can guess the age, around what age she is in. And the background, so we tried to find out why that was happening. What we saw is that the community did not call the man or the teacher involved, but call the child, which is also another problem. And doing a funnel down, we found out that the man is mentally unstable, has attacked people in society, in the community. So everybody seems not to want to talk about it. And I feel like we also have those stands being translated in our daily lives where we do not want to make people feel uncomfortable, right? I understand the idea that you want to be safe as an individual, like Edem was pointing out with the military person, but unfortunately, we have to make everybody uncomfortable. And that's the truth, whether we like it or not. In our own small ways, when we come across issues like this, we should shift the language from the tag to why this is happening. And when people also see, or at the end game, right, we want to say, oh, this is a bad child. What we also don't see in the channel from the child becoming a bad child is that there are people who have also taken advantage of this child's misguided knowledge that they now have, right, which is above the should I even say above, but you see how we have children having learning milestones, and then when a child at the end of the day does not achieve certain milestones, we are worried, right? I feel like children, this whole Inkolaboni tag, if we look at the funnel, we are seeing children being pre-exposed to things they were not supposed to be exposed to. And so people take advantage of it. So it's really unfair that when we see a child, we just go ahead and say the child is in Kolaboni. So my own 2 cents is that we have to make everybody uncomfortable, whether we like it or not. Because we cannot be shifting responsibilities from the adults, holding them accountable, and try to put it on the child. In this case, the primary 6 students that was mentioned had the midwife shouting at her, insulting her, and unfortunately, that is not enough to deter a child who's been exposed. Even normal functioning women, right, after childbirth, you are encouraged to take some form of contraceptive because of your fertility rate. And so we tend to leave these conversations in bits and pieces and somehow forget that we have to hold the adults responsible and now try to shift it to the child because that is the one that we seemingly can manage or talk to or shout at. Meanwhile, the person who is responsible for whatever we are dealing with is there and is not doing anything. Somehow we cannot confront them. We can't confront our mates. We can't confront those higher than us. We can't tell those who are higher than us to also tell their friends that, oh, Charlie, you're fooling or something. None of that seems to work. And so when we come together and we sit or any conversations like this come up, I'm also challenging us to also start asking the whys. Try to build a channel because it is not fair if we continue in the language that we have been using. So that's my own 2 cents.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, SD. So I'm going to put you down, and then hold on, I think there was one last person who wanted to speak. Thank you. You see, we are about to end before the Ghana match. So SD, thank you very much for your contributions. I'm adding the last person, and then we can move. Disconnect SD. The last, where's the person? Sorry, guys. Today is my very first day, so okay. So I'm waiting for the person. I have added the person. Lyrical. Please. Lyrical hasn't joined. So as we are wrapping up, I think I was trying to add Lyrical, but Lyrical has dropped off on the. Oh, you can't leave. You can't leave. Okay. What's the name? I just want to give Abundance the opportunity in 2 minutes. What are your last words? What do you think ourselves, apart from, for example, this call to action, we have also said that we want to contribute, we want to do more.
Is it me or she's breaking?
Can you hear me? Abundance, can you hear me?
I
Hello?
think Abanda has a problem with her network because I can hear
Okay.
you.
All right. So then, if we're in about 1 to 2 minutes, right? Can you just tell us what we have to do apart from the call to action that we are given, apart from us saying that we are going to do more on the groundswork? What exactly can we do to help? And also, your last words.
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'd also like to say a very big thank you to everybody for joining this live. Thank you as well, Miss Amtu, for the invitation. Thank you to Abanas as well. I'm saying thank you to everybody before I conclude. Thank you so much. Now, what can we do? As is already established, we need to make people uncomfortable. People are already getting angry at me for merely talking about these issues, but this is what I love. Everybody is going to feel as uncomfortable as their children in society who are being abused, and it's not even up to, like, we need to keep talking. A very important thing that SD mentioned was the fact that, like, with my Young But Not Yours campaigners, we are looking at not just the extremities, it's what happens before we get there, the whys, the systemic issues. What are we all enabling that is making it very easy for pedophiles and child abusers to survive? We need to read, we need to do research, we need to have conversations. Listen, in my house, my mother has worked in GES for 20 years and over. I don't let her ears rest. I say, Mom, by now you were also enabling this. Sit down and let's talk. Take it everywhere. I sit my sister down. I ask my brother, hey, I hope you're not raping anybody. Everybody will get the education some. Like, we need to take it to places where it needs to be everywhere. It needs to be on our lips. We need to talk. We need to engage online. Please join my campaign. Follow on this side. Follow Abanas. Like, we need to continue these conversations. It's very important. That's what I would say that we need to do, because if we are going to go upwards and tell the government that we care, right? It is important that they know that we have grouped properly, or we are having these conversations consistently. Kojovi mentioned something important. Ghanaians love distractions. They don't like to talk about something so much. Somebody came to say, why you are not tired? Tired. After talking about this issue for 3 weeks, you're asking me if I'm not tired. No, I'm not tired. We have to keep talking. Ghanaians like, oh yeah, jaimanenka, oh wakakakre, yeah. If you talk small, it's okay. If you talk small, no, we can't do that. We need fire. We need to consistently be talking about these issues, and then we can take it up, right, further. Now, for my last words, I'd like to say this. When I say that Ghana is pro-rape, Kojovi said that he didn't agree, and I'd like to emphasize that I think we are, because consent, if you're going to give consent, you need to have capacity to understand. I've already explained. If you don't know what it is, how can you give consent? If you are telling your child that her vagina is a meat pie and somebody will come and eat it, she does not understand. You are not giving her proper sex education. When people hear sex education, what they are thinking about is pornography and LGBTQ. This is not the point. When I came to talk about intersex children, somebody said we are bringing this nonsense here. These are actually vulnerable people in the society. We need more sex ed. Number two, I think that these problems, they are very intersectional. It is imperative that we are clear, or at least we educate ourselves and move in a proper direction. It's not like we cannot be conflating issues. Like, I think, Amma, when we are talking about pedophilia or abuse in our schools, we're talking specifically about children, underage persons, people in high school and younger. If we're going to talk about that, we talk about that. If we're going to talk about sex for grades and abuse in tertiary or gender-based violence and all of these things, that's another conversation. I'd also like to say I've seen some people talking about Thomas Partey, and I'd like to say this. It's very complex, and even as lawyers, we don't like to talk about issues that are currently in court or are in proceedings. So I'll say this. Women who lodge false rape accusations against men are a serious threat to our conversations about sexual education, sexual assault. It is a very serious threat. And sometimes we may say it's not serious, but it is very serious, because society is already looking for a reason to not believe women. So if women are going to be using this very serious issue, Yeah, it pains me. A very serious issue. Now you say, oh, you have sex with this person, then tomorrow you come and say that, oh, it was rape. But you know you are lying. You are ruining it for everybody because already people don't want to believe women. You are spoiling the soup and you are poisoning the water. Now we all can't drink. It is very dangerous. Please, if you are going to give consent, if you sleep with somebody and you regret it, it does not mean that you didn't give consent. It is regret. It is a bad decision. You are a woman up and keep it pushing. The lack of consent is different from doing something and regretting it. I need us to all be very serious about this issue and like pile on women who do these bad things. The last thing I'll say is that attraction is very random. If you are attracted to somebody, like action is the thing that matters. Like earlier on, Ali on Abundance talked about people who are attracted to older people, younger people. Those dynamics, we can go on and on. My thing is, we cannot infantilize people forever. It is because we infantilize women and we see women as perpetual children when necessary, and we see them as perpetual adults when necessary. It is why these conversations of, oh, you can't date somebody who's older than you. You can. I believe that you can. We're not talking about age gap relationships. If you want to date somebody who is 40 years older than you, you are a grown woman. We need to learn to make decisions, empower ourselves. If you make this decision to be with this person, if you know that they are going to take advantage of you, you put yourself there. And I'm not saying that it's okay for them to do this, but you are a grown woman, so that we can have a clear distinction between children and adults doing bad things. Anybody can manipulate anybody. I've said this before. Age is not maturity. But my friend, like these things, they are very nuanced. A lot of things go into it. Age gap relationships. People come into my comment section and say, "Oh, but why can't I date somebody 7 years younger than me?" Masa, get out. You're not the person I'm addressing.
As we are
Thank
getting
you
out,
very
I will
much.
let Abundance take over. Abundance, give us your last words. We know the passion. Don't worry, there will be a part two sooner than you think, so that we can finish all these. Actually, we can't ever finish these conversations, but we'll get back into it. Let's
Okay,
go for
I want to say
Abundance.
thank you to everyone that's like joined the live, commented, listened, and contributed. My final words would be that it's structural change is not going to happen in one day. So whenever you catch your friends, whenever you have young people around you, consistently talk about consent. It's a continuous conversation that can never end. It won't end today. It won't end tomorrow. There are so many things that we have to talk about when it comes to power dynamics and how relationships exist between old people, young people. So the onus is on everybody. Nobody is more of a qualified person to talk about the issues of consent and sexual dynamics than anybody else. We are all learning. The research is ever evolving. The literature is ever evolving. So whenever you can and you get a group of people somewhere, your parents, your relatives, your friends, your course mates, your group members, consistently educate people about consent. So if there's anything you take away from this, anytime you have like an ability to talk about it, please do. People are going to make videos about these things. All of you need to engage. We need everybody's help in getting the word out. And I do hope that there is a world or a society where we no longer have to worry for the girl child, because the girl child knows how to speak up.
For herself. Abundance.
Hey, who's watching the match?
You. Abundance, we can't hear you, unfortunately.
Hello.
Okay, yes.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, Ghana match. Yes, that's all I want to say. Thank you so much for having me on. And yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And would like to say a big thank you to everybody who joined. I can't mention everybody, but those who have come on to speak: Yaofori, SD, Dr. Dr. Kojovi. I hope I got that right. Or let me say Antelope, Dr. K, all of you, SD, Amofori, all of you. Thank you very much for joining the live. I can see that we don't want to join, but as you know, I'm a very patriotic Ghanaian, and we want to have a part two so that we can also have updates on how far we've gone, if we've been able to put the petition across, if we haven't done that yet, how it's coming together and all of that. So yes, Ellie, to all the people commenting and saying that there are people engaging who are promoting this, stay tuned for the part 2. Efwa Abundance, thank you so much. Love Mark, wherever you are, we are so sorry that your network couldn't permit you to do this. It was lovely speaking to you, and I'm happy to know that I'm not the only one who thinks like this. My co-founder isn't the only one who thinks like this, but there are so many other people who agree that abusing young people, and actually anybody who is abused, whether man or woman, it's not an appropriate thing. Thank you for coming, staying with us. Do stay. Do you want us to decide on the day that we'll have our next session? Maybe we should prepare properly.
Tomorrow.
Hey, let's see. Maybe we can even do it on the 4th of July. Let's try and put things together so that we can do more publicity for it, so that more people can join it, and hopefully even our ops will join. Hopefully. So, a lot of people are saying tomorrow. Wow, that's amazing. We have tomorrow. So after the call, let's just see. I'll speak with you guys. Let's see if we can do tomorrow. If not, we will do next week Saturday, just so that we can do more publicity for it. Thank you so much to everyone who came. It's bye for now, and we are zooming Croatia match. Please don't forget to follow us. Follow our TikTok. Our TikTok is on this side, SAS, so on.this.side.saah. And this is because this was the only one that was available. Our website is on this side.org, onthisside.org. Thank you very much. And for those who have given us gifts, I can see that you are giving gifts, but I don't know how to accept them. Thank you very much. I'm sure that is going to be somewhere. And please do follow our pages and follow FOS page, follow Abundance's page. Miss Honorable, you just joined, but we are ending the session. Thank you very, very, very much. Can't wait to do this again with you. And let me give some updates. We had a total like count of 32.6k, which is very good for our first live. So I think we'll do better on the next one. Take care, my loves, Ifwa and Abundance, and everyone who joined. Thank you for making the
All
conversation
right, bye
very
bye. Enjoy your
beautiful.
macho. Bye.
I'll let you know. I think we have to score. The way I'm sacrificing for this one, I have to
Okay.
score.
Bye.
Okay. Take care.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye. How do you end though?
How do you end?
Yeah.